In this session, we are going to learn about regular expression in Python, which is also known as RegEx. Okay, so a regular expression is a sequence of characters that uses a search pattern, okay, to find a string in a given text. So let's create a program to see how it works. All right, let's open Visual Studio. And basically, we are going to match a string. So let me write a small program. And in order to use regular expression, we have to import the module RE. Okay? And let's say I have a variable, let's say s equals john at gmail.com. It is a string which stores an email ID. Okay. Now I want to search. Okay. Let's say I validate a variable. Let's say a variable saying check. Okay. And now re dot search. So I want to search. Um, let's say at the rate. Okay. In the string x s. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to search for this particular character, which is at in in this string, which is john at gmail.com. Basically, we want to validate whether at symbol is there or not. Okay. So now let's check if we can always print boolean. It will always have true or false. You can also always print bool of chk. It is going to print false, printing true because the at symbol exists in this string, right? This is pretty much straightforward. I can also check if Gmail exists or not. So this will make sure that if you want to validate that all the email IDs should be of Gmail, right? So I can check like this true. Okay. So if I'm checking for Gmail and if the string does not have Gmail, it has Ymail, and this is going to throw me false, right? This will return false for that. This is the search function of regular expression no, module, which helps us to search a pattern in a string. Okay, this is called as a pattern, is what you are going to search. All right, now we can make it, let's say I want to check if this contains uh, numbers or not, right? So I can give something like this square bracket and give capital. So let's say I want to check for capital. So A to now if I'm searching for any capital or uppercase letter from A to Z in this particular string, right? So it's returning false because there are none. There is no capital letter in this particular string. Okay. So this is how we search. We can give the square bracket. It's called a set. We can have this range mentioned in this set, which is going to check in this particular string. Okay, this is what is called as pattern, right? Now, if I give, let's say, J capital, okay, now if I search, it is returning true because there is a capital letter over here. All right. Similarly, I can search for numbers 0 to 9. Okay. Check if number is there in the string or not. At least one number should be there. If it is not there, it is returning false. There's not even a single number in this list. Okay. So if I give small letter a to z, that means now it will return true because there are There are small letters in this particular string. Now, if I give here, uh, wait a second. Okay, let's cover it in the next session, that next slide. So this is pretty much on this basics. What is this search method works? We give a pattern and then we search that pattern in this particular string. So it will always return true or false. If there is a match, it returns true, right? If it is not matching, it returns false. Okay. Now let's get into the theory part, little bit detail. What is this pattern? How to search it? So this particular, you see, there is a square bracket. This is called as a set. Whatever you give inside that is a set. Okay. Now let's say I change this string as hello, and if I give this particular bracket, if I give uh, A, B, C, and then search for this, so returning false. Okay. Now if I give H, so whatever letter I'm giving H, if that letter exists in this string, it is going to return true. If that letter does not exist, it will return false. If I give H A, okay, this H exists in this, so it will return true if any one of this character exists in that string. Okay, when I give A, B, C, D, okay, none of these character existed, so it returned false. But the moment I give here E, okay, it is returning true because E exists in this. So like this, in this square bracket, we can mention all the characters to check, okay, or we can give a range. I can give A to E, I can give. If I give A to E, it is returning true because E is there. If I give A to D, it's going to return false because A, B, C, D, none of those letters or characters are there in the string. So this is how we check. So let's say I give ABC and it is returning false because ABC is not there. But then if I give this symbol, caret symbol here, this is going to return true if ABC is not there. Okay. So ABC is not there, that's why it is returning true. Alright, that is the meaning of this symbol. It returns a negation of it. Alright. Now I can have multiple things. Let's say I can have here A to Z, then capital A to capital Z, then 0 to 9. Any of these things are there in this string, it is going to return true. See, returning true because it has this no alphabets. Okay, but if I don't give any alphabets, no capital, no small, no numbers, if I give, let's say, some special character here, then try to run this, it is returning false because this string does not have alphabets, alphanumerics. It doesn't have any alphabets or numerics, so it is returning false. This is how I can give multiple things in this set, right? Uh, excuse me. Now, similarly, instead of giving like this A to Z and 0, 9, all these things, in Python, there's something called, special sequences, okay, which we can use to, avoid writing all this. For example, instead of writing A to Z and A to all the 0 to 9, I can, let's say I can only give slash W. If I give slash W, so I give here hello. If I give slash W, it is going to check for alphanumeric, both upper, lower alphanumeric. It is going to check everything and also underscore. So if I give an underscore here, returning true. So instead of giving all A to Z and all that, just give slash W. It will do the job. Okay, it is going to check the string and return true. This is about checking for the it's called as contain a word character or not. Similarly, if I give capital W, okay, it is returning false because capital W means if the string does not contain any alphanumeric, so it contains. That's why it's returning false, right? If I give here special characters, okay, it is returning true because this string does not have any alphanumeric numbers or underscore or anything, right? Now it is returning true because I gave a number 4 here. Got it? So like this, we have a bunch of special sequences. Now, similarly, I can check for white space. For example, I can how are you? If I'm checking, I want to check if there is any white space in the string or not. So for that, I have to give slash s. Slash s means there is a white space here. So if I remove this, it is returning false because there is no space in the string, right? So for that we use slash s. At the same time, if I give slash capital S, this is going to return true because capital S is the negation of the small s. That means if there is no space, then it will return true. The moment we give space, it's going to return false. Okay, because there is no space, it is returning like that. All right. So, excuse me. Okay. Now, excuse me. Okay, so this is about the special character or special sequence. The next is we have something called quantifiers or meta characters. Okay, in meta characters, we had already seen set, okay, negation, and also the caret symbol. So let's see. I have here something like hello. I want to check, so it should be like this. I give e dot lo. This means that beginning should be he, okay. Then dot means it can replace with any character and then lo. So it is going to return, okay. Excuse me. If I give print bool of chk, this is going to return true because it is matching that pattern. Okay, for example, I change this and then run. It is returning false because first two are he, third is okay, so whatever we can give, but then lo is not there, right? That's why it is returning false. So instead of hello, whatever I can give xlo also is going to return true because this dot can be replaced by any character. Okay. Now similarly, I can give two dots. So he, two dots and O. That means these two dots can be any character. Should begin with HE, last should be O, then these two can be anything. Returning true, so I can give HE, JJO also, it is going to return true because I have replaced that with something else. Now it is returning false because I have only given one, replaced only one dot. Other dots still exist which I have not replaced. Okay, so that is about this dot. Now instead of dot, I can give, if I give dot star. Okay, now what happens is this dot star means it can be zero or any number of characters. That means I can give HEJO, still it will match. Look, if I give HEO, it is still matching because this can be zero or any character. Okay, now if I give here L, Okay, so it's still matching. So anything here in this place, anything, it will work. All right. That is about dot star. Okay, now let's say I have here, how are you? I want to make sure that the string begins with, how and ends with you. So I can give here this caret symbol and give here how, then dot star, and then I can give you, and then there's a dollar. Dollar means whatever string begins with how and ends with you, it is going to match. So it is returning true because the above string started with how and ends with you. But if I give here, you know, thanks. Now what happens is it is returning false because even though it begins with how but doesn't end with you. Okay, and if I give again here you, it is going to return true. All right. So this is how it's returning false because I gave a full stop. So same thing I can change here. Thank you full stop. It is going to return true. So it's about this caret and dollar symbol, which will indicate it should begin with what string and end with what string. So that's about the search method that we can use to match a pattern. Okay, where we can give a set here or we can give a number of characters that will match the string. All right, and I can show you here how I have done. So what we have seen so far is something like this. We have seen first, hold on a second. Okay. So first we have seen the set. So this is just a recap of what we have seen so far. So like this, if I give in a set ABC, it means if A, B or C is present, then it matches. A to Z means between A and Z. Not ABC means it will match if it does not exist A, B or C. Okay. Now similarly for numbers, we can give like this. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 means it will match if 0, 1, 2 or 3 is present. Okay, 0 to 9 will be all the numbers. Okay, now this one you see 0 to 5 and 0 to 9, that means it will match if first two digits are between 0, 0 and 5, 9. That means the first digit can be anything between 0 and 5, and next digit also can be anything between 0 and 9. So we can match like that. And then we have A to Z and A to Z capital and small. This will check for both lower and uppercase. So this A to Z capital, small and number, this will be alphanumeric. We have seen this already. This is the summary of what we have done. Now similarly, we have also seen special sequences, right? If it is slash D, it will contain digits. So if any digit is contains, it is going to return true. Okay, if I give capital D, then it will return true if it does not contain any digits. Similarly, we have seen this white space character with small s. It is going to return true if there is any space in the string. And capital S is going to be again the negation of that. If it does not contain a white space, it will return true. And this is very important. Slash small w will be checking if there is any word character. That means any alphabet or 0 to 9, and also an underscore. So we can use this to validate, sometime email ID or some kind of, particular pattern to check. And capital D will return true if it does not contain any word character. That means if you give any special characters or anything, this is going to return true. Okay, so that's about special sequences, and already we have seen this meta characters. That means this set we have seen. First one is also called as quantifiers. So if we give this in the square bracket, if we give whatever this range, that is called as a set. Okay. Then we have seen a slash. Okay. So slash we can use already. We have used slash here for special sequences. Okay. And then we can also use slash for escape or special character that we'll see in a bit. And then we have seen this dot, right? So any character except new line character. So if you give dot dot, it means he dot dot o. That means this dot dot can be replaced by any other character, but it should begin with he and end with o. Then you have seen this caret symbol. It means starts with, if I give caret hello, that means the string should start with hello. And if I give dollar in the end, that means the string should end with you. So you had seen an example, how are you, right? If I say hello, how are you, and match this pattern, it is going to return true because the string begins with hello and ends with you. Similarly, I can use star, that means asterisk, or I can use he dot star o means in this place, that means after he and o, before o, this place it can have any characters, zero or any number of characters it can have. Okay, we can use plus sign to check to have only one or more occurrence. That means at least one occurrence should be there. If I give he dot plus o, that means after he, this one letter should be there. Okay, one or it can have more, but HEO will throw an error because there should be a letter between E and O. That's what plus means. A question mark means we can avoid or at least it should have one occurrence. In question mark, HE, O will also return true. HELO will also return true. But HELLO will not return true because we can have only one occurrence. Only one letter we can have, right? And then we have a curly braces. This will specify exact number of occurrence. Okay. That means let's say I am having same thing, right? HELLO. Let's have this example. If I give here, say, so I want to search HE and then dot. That means after HE, there should be two characters and then O. So if I run this, okay, it is returning false because it is not, this is not matching. It's small h. It is returning true uh, because after he, two characters we have given. So if I give one more and then run this issue, it is returning false because you are allowed to have only two characters here. Between E and O, you are allowed to have only two. That's what this two means here. Because we gave three characters, it is returning false. Okay. Then we can have here the pipe symbol for either or. That means, let's say I have an email ID here, john@gmail.com. So here I can give or condition. That means in the round bracket, I can give Gmail and pipe symbol. Then I can give Hotmail. So Gmail or Hotmail. That means if this string contains Gmail or Hotmail, it is going to return true. Instead of Gmail, if I give Ymail, it is returning false because it doesn't have this Gmail or Hotmail. None of this it has, so it is returning false. At the same time, if I rename this to Hotmail and then search, it is returning true. That is what this pipe symbol means, right? It's an OR condition that we can use. And capture and group means this bracket, just what we have used is that particular group. This bracket, round bracket is what is a grouping. We have grouped it. That's about meta characters or quantifiers. Okay. Uh, then we have a function in RE called substitute or replace. Now, for example, I can give so let's say it has Hotmail. So instead of search, I can use here substitute or sub function. And what I can do is Hotmail. Basically, it is used to replace it. Okay, so it takes three parameter. I have to search for Hotmail and replace for with Gmail. Okay, and then if I try to print chk is going to print john at gmail.com. Okay, that I have replaced Hotmail with Gmail. That is what this sub function does. Okay, it will search for a pattern and replace with whatever we want in that string. Okay, that's about replace or substitute. Then you have a function called split. Okay, so split is, let's say I have here John at hotmail.com semicolon at gmail.com. Now I want to split the entire string with the separator as semicolon. So I give split and then I give here semicolon and then print. So now you see the entire string has been separated with this semicolon. So I have two items in the list. First item is john at hotmail.com. Second is kathy at gmail.com. Right? So this way we can split a particular string based on a separator. All right, so that is about splitting, and I can also give something like this. So let's say third is semicolon and third is a pipe symbol. I have mic at mail.com. So I give here like this. Sorry about that. Let me see. So this, let's say I have a what I can have here hyphen. Let's say I have here hyphen. One second, let me check this. Okay. So now what has happened? I have given semicolon and or hyphen. So any of these things, if it finds, it will split the string. So now I have got three different elements. It has split these strings and showing to me. Right? This is how we can split, use a split function to split the string. All right. Next function is find all. That means it will find, a particular pattern in the entire string. It is going to display. For example, if I want to find here, let's say IL, run it. See, it has it has found all these items where MAL was. Sorry, I've used split instead of. Now it has taken this, it has searched for this particular word and given me a list. That means in the entire string, the word MAIL exists three times. That is what find all function will do. Okay, it finds for that word and makes a list and shows how many times that particular pattern existed in the string. All right. So that's about find all function. And let's see an example. It's a small program. It is giving an input, enter email. Whatever user is entering will be stored in the variable v, and then we want to check this pattern against v, and if it is matching, it is printing valid email. Else, it will print invalid email. Okay. So see this, we have merged multiple conditions. So let's go through. So this pattern means it should have alphanumeric. So small letter, it can have small letter, it can have a capital letter, and then it should have an at the rate symbol. Okay, and after that it can again have any characters. Okay, then it should have a dot, and after dot it can either have .com, .net, or .org. Only then it will be considered as a valid email ID. Okay, let me run this. And if I give enter email, if I give john@gmail.com, it's printing valid email because it is as per this standard. Now, if I don't give, let's say, I give John at email, okay, and then if I enter, it's telling invalid email because I did not give the last part. I did not give .com or net or nothing. It's printing invalid email. All right. Similarly, let's say if I give uh, John dash uh, student gmail.com, valid because it has uh, all this, it is matching, it has one of this .com is there, alphanumeric is there, at the rate is there, so it's matching. All right, so this is how, this is why we use this pattern. Okay, so that it is easy. If this regex was not there, then we will have to write a lot of code. We have to capture this email, and then we have to write a lot of code to check if it has numbers, if it has alphabets, if it is having at the rate symbol, if it is having com, dot, or org. So all that complex coding can be avoided if we use this regex or regular expression. Similarly, you can try it out to validate a phone number, right? A phone number can be validated or a passport number can be validated, and all those things you can try it out using this regex for a better understanding. All right. And in case of any question, let me know in the next class. Thank you.